In this video, I'll demonstrate how to sign up for an AWS account, and I'll also explain what you can expect with the AWS free tier. So here I am at aws.amazon.com/free, and I'm just going to click on create a free account. Now, one thing I want to make very clear, even though creating an account is free, the things that we do within that account may not be free. So just because we are signing up for a free account and we can utilize the free tier doesn't mean that the things that we do in here are actually going to be free. So what I'm going to do is I am going to put in my email address here for my root user, and I'm going to give my AWS account a name. And I'm going to name this account Rick Demo Signup. And I'll go ahead and put my email address in here, and then I'll have to verify that email address. So now I've received my verification code. I'll just go ahead and click on verify here. And so that email address is going to be my root user. I'll go ahead and establish a password here, and then I'll just click on continue. And now, how do I plan on using AWS? Do I want to use it for business or for personal? And regardless of what account type I create, they're both going to have access to the same services. So I'm just going to go ahead and put in my name here. I'll put in my personal information, and I'll go ahead and click on continue. And here we are at the next screen where I'm going to have to put in my credit card information. And understand that although I'm signing up for an AWS account in which I can use the free tier, if I exceed the limitations of the free tier, I'm going to pay. So that's why they have to have my credit card information. So I'll go ahead and put in my credit card info and move on to the next screen. And now that I've put in my credit card number, I need to have it confirm my identity. So it's going to force me to put in my phone number here and validate that the phone number that I provided is actually mine. So I'll go through that process and then I'll move on to the next step. So now we have to choose our support plan, and I'm trying to keep this as inexpensive as possible. So I'm going to choose basic support, in which I am essentially getting access to self-service resources, but AWS really isn't going to help me with any technical issues or planning issues that I might have. If I want to get actual live support from AWS, I can choose either the developer support plan or the business support plan. Those are, of course, going to be more expensive. And the pricing starts at a minimum of $29 a month for developer support and a minimum of $100 a month for business support. But as you add more resources inside your account, the price for your support agreement is going to increase. So I'm just going to choose the basic support option here and click on complete sign up. And that's it. So now I've got an AWS account. I'll click on go to the AWS Management Console here, and I'm going to log in as the root user. I'll put my email address in here for the root user. And then I'll go ahead and put in the password that I established in the prior step for my root user, and I'll just click on sign in. And it brings me directly to the AWS console. So now that I've created my AWS account, let's take a few minutes to look at the AWS documentation. And here you can see the free tier limits within my AWS account. And this is going to tell me exactly what I can use within my AWS account and still be eligible for the free tier. So I just want to bear in mind that if I go above and beyond any of these free tier limits, I'm going to be charged for that. Now the charges might be minimal, but we just want to be aware that anything exceeding these free tier limits, we're going to be charged for that. And as you can see here, we can actually track our free tier usage. So this is going to allow me to get an alert if I'm going above and beyond what's actually included in the AWS free tier. So when we get to the next video, we'll take a look at billing alerts, and we'll take a look at how to opt in to these free tier usage alerts as well.